Do you know this feeling of fading slightly into the background of your own life? When life's a little too full of mess and lacking nurturing of your surroundings and yourself? That's how I've been feeling lately. It's not bad, but it's not where I want it to be. I've been craving a glow up, not in a dramatic reinvent myself way, but in a quiet, grounding way. Getting back to the small joys that makes me feel present again. Because when you're connected to your own experiences, to the now, that's when life actually starts to glow. So over the next few days, I'm clearing space around me and inside me to come back to myself and to come back to that life that glows brightly. I got a skincare treatment done at a skin clinic like 3-4 days ago now. My first time doing that in many years, which is weird. I'm living in Korea. I should really take advantage of that a bit more. However, I feel like my skin currently is kind of like in a state that's like, you know, that stage, it gets worse before it gets better, right? January is for hibernating. I've said that before, but the problem with that right now is that I feel like I've taken hibernation to the next level, which is simply just not caring. And that's not good, because when you kind of stop caring, everything in relation to discipline just goes shoop out the window. Every time I try to work with Noah here, I just let him do everything he wants on the floors, which usually is like, you know, setting off a bomb or something. It's simply the only way that I can get a moment to actually concentrate. That's fine, that's gonna continue to happen, but I think we need to actually be better at cleaning things up in between. My surroundings have to reflect how I want to feel inside, so let's get to cleaning this apartment. I literally just tidied up here. Okay, we need to move on to the other rooms. When my home starts to look like this, I notice how quickly it shows up in my head too. It's not the mess itself, it's the feeling that my environment is constantly asking something from me, to pick it up or to fix it or to think about all the things I haven't done yet. I've realized my mind is a reflection of my surroundings. You've probably heard that before. And if I want to feel calm, present, and at ease, then the space I live in needs to support that, not compete with it. For me, that means tidying a little bit, but often. Because when I wake, like I did now, I get overwhelmed and then it all feels heavier than it actually is. At the time, I try not to take this too seriously though. I'll be cleaning these exact same things again tomorrow anyway, or maybe even in 30 minutes time, who knows. And that's okay. This isn't about perfection. It's just about making life feel a little bit softer while I'm in it. Yeah, it's true. Nothing lasts forever. If you're attached to things looking a specific way forever, you'll be thoroughly disappointed at several points in your life. Life moves on. But I mean, it truly is one of the things that I feel like I'm learning with motherhood. That there's so many seasons of your life and things are bound to change. I really have felt myself feeling that if I'm resistant to the changes that my life are going through, I fall into a rut. I fall into this like existence of not really caring. Problem is, I truly do care. It's just all out of balance when that's how I decide to proceed with my life sometimes. I saw this reel saying that changing from how much can I get done to how relaxed can I do it can really significantly change your life, and that really touched me deeply because I'm someone who really likes having a lot of things to do. I like a so-and-so productive life. However, the way that I go about that day-to-day checklist productive life completely changes my experience of life. Instead of tightness and speed, I want to relax into my fast pace, flowing, traveling through life, making sure I really experience everything fully. Speaking of experiencing everything fully while traveling, it really helps to minimize potential future stresses by making sure that you are already prepared to stay connected online before you go. That's why Airalo has been my to-go for almost 2 years now, and why I'm also incredibly honored and thankful to once again introduce them as the sponsors of the segment of a video. Airalo is an app where you can buy eSIMs, which is basically digital SIM cards for over 200 different countries and regions, and it's basically changed the way I travel. Using it is super simple. You just open the app, choose the country that you're traveling to, pick a plan that fits your trip, and install it while you're on Wi-Fi. No SIM card swapping, no hunting for Wi-Fi, no standing in airport lines. One thing that I really appreciate is that I can keep my regular phone number active. I can still be reached over my phone number when traveling. Very essential. Plans are easily extendable and very reasonably affordable. And that makes it easy to choose exactly what I need depending on how long I'm gone and how much data I'll actually use. I also really have to mention their customer support because I once had issues with my phone and I reached out to them and just super quickly and efficiently they helped me and I was able to just move on very fast, which is exactly what you want in that setting. Airalo is trusted by over 200 million travelers, and I genuinely recommend it to everyone I know whenever they're heading abroad. It's something I always make sure to have on my phone, especially when I'm in a new place and I want the peace of mind of always being able to get online or contact someone. If you got a trip coming up, I definitely recommend that you download Airalo before you go. And as a little bonus, you can get $3 off your first eSIM with Airalo by using the code SisselAP3 or clicking the QR code right here. Thank you to Airalo again for sponsoring this video. When life starts to move too fast, whether if it's because you're a mom or just because the world is being really loud, I feel like especially these days the world is particularly loud, you kind of stop being fully present with your own experience and you either start experiencing things through a screen, mistaking that for your real life, or you simply just disappear into it. I have found myself starting to scroll a little bit more these days. Not a habit I ever feel better doing. So today let's focus on the part of a glow up that no one really sees, but you certainly will feel. Noah has his good night music on for some reason. It's very healing, but maybe a little distracting. I have dressed like a Pilates mom today because that's the energy I want to embody. I have full intentions on starting Pilates, by the way, but maybe at our new place. I got these full-length yoga pants from Artlist. Like Artlist in Korea nonetheless, and they are actually a good length for me. I actually want to go out and buy some bread, but I also need to just run some errands. Not only did Jake break one of my favorite daily pairs of glasses, Noah broke this pair of glasses, which is another pair of my favorites. It's because I love how these long look on me, but these are way too big. I think it's made for Korean sizing, so it keeps falling off. So I got this one from Meller. And I also think the size just fits so much better to my face. It's a little bit smaller. They had 2 for 1. Crazy. So I got Sunny's as well. I think I'm gonna ask him if he can put some prescription in, like, change this to prescription shades. Anyways. Over the past couple of months, I have made a habit of getting out of the house for a morning walk, just into the light and into the day. It's become this quiet reset for me, and my thoughts feel clearer, and my body feels lighter, and I rarely have those days where you feel heavy or sad anymore. Nothing about my life really changes on these walks, but something in me does, and I carry that feeling with me long after I'm back home again. Do you also have a practice like this? I'd love to hear what you do to feel lighter in your day. A week ago, I started to read this book, The Extinction of Experience. It's such a wake-up call to how our use of technology is basically getting rid of our real-life in-person experiences. Everything is done for the optimization effect, for the convenience, for fast and speed, and there are so many things we lose along the way. So actually last week, I wrote a note down. I want to learn how to write cursive again. It might seem like a stupid or unimportant goal, but I think that's exactly the point of it. Like, I'd really just, well, first of all, my handwriting sucks. Also, that other than that, every time I write something down, which I love doing, I feel myself like feeling like I'm rushing, and then I'm rushing my handwriting, and in turn it becomes a almost stressful experience because I feel like I write so slowly, which there's nothing wrong with writing slowly. I just really need to be comfortable that things are slow and not as quote-unquote convenient as typing on a keyboard or on your smartphone. So I definitely want to start practicing that. Look at my new notebook. Isn't it so whimsical and fairy tale-like? To be honest, a nicer handwriting is just an added bonus to this. It's really just about presence and being in the now. It forces me to focus on just one thing at a time. As a mom, my attention is almost always split. I'm doing things constantly, but rarely doing just one thing fully, or experiencing it fully. Using my hands like this feels grounding in a way that I really didn't expect. There's something about moving slowly, feeling the pen on paper, staying with each letter, that brings me back into my body and into the moment. It feels good, especially as someone who used to spend years and years drawing. I think practices like this matter more than we realize. They give our minds a break from constant input, and they remind us that not everything has to be efficient or shared to be meaningful. Sometimes presence alone is enough. I think we've established that I'm nothing if not just a little bit cliche. And I don't think it's a proper glow up vlog on YouTube without actually drinking matcha. So that's what we're gonna go do now. But more importantly, we're gonna go see one of my best friends, Robin, who I haven't seen in a few weeks. I think I'm lost. Oh, Nolwenn. Yeah.
His hair's getting nice and long. Is it more like
Look at this vibrant green color. This is how you want your matcha to look, not like my lousy attempt a few weeks ago.
Did you do a sad attempt at home to make
Very
matcha?
sad. And then I made the mistake of
Did it turn out
using
green
an
at least?
matcha.
Oh no.
And then I was whisking it like a pro, and this is so stupid.
Thank you. Oh, he's giving me his bites left over this.
Yeah, I mean, so what my mom's saying, wait, hold on, that's probably better.
Yeah, somewhere else.
where my coffees always get cold before I'm done drinking them. It's fine. Life just changed and it's flowing in a new direction, and that's okay. I'll just microwave my coffees. Today, I don't think it can be a proper glow up video without actually doing some physical glow up, and I have had this haircut appointment today for a little while, so I'm very excited. Both me and Ed Sheeran here needs a haircut because look at this hair. But also I went to the glasses guy and he gave me some contact lenses. I feel like it's like the never-ending cliche that a person with glasses, when they're trying to glow up, they get contacts. I love glasses. I think it's like an extra accessory that I didn't have before that I have now. Last time I did this, I was 16-year-old making K-pop makeup video covers. I think I did it. Ooh. My little favorite cafe is closed today. Dang it. It's very Korean, trying to enjoy a peaceful walk in nature, and then there's protests going on. Oh well. People are fighting for what they believe in. But I swear, sunlight is probably the most underrated beauty treatment out there. When we found out we were gonna move, I just stopped trying to finish up the office pretty much. I just felt like there was no need to do that. I never ended up carrying out my vision for this room, but I'm so excited to do it all again, like in the new place. Anyways, for the hairdresser later, I'm kind of playing around with the idea of getting mini bangs. Once a year, I think, I just get this urge to like change things up and try something new, and I've said this before. Every time I try to do that with my hair, I always end up regretting it, but that's the good thing. I feel like you would regret it more if you never tried things, especially with hair. It grows out again. Like, what do we think about this? But like a mini bang like that, so it kind of falls above the eyebrow. I mean, I know everyone always says I should get bangs, and I agree, bangs would suit me well, but I have really thin hair. It's just not working out. It never looks like bangs. Like, then I'll have to cut literally half of my hair here and put it over. That's not gonna work out, so you can stop suggesting it now. Thank you. Okay.
아 귀여워.
Wow.
Yes. 하나 먹어요.
아빠 일하고 있어요. 여기 없어.
너무 귀엽다.
감사합니다. 계속 주고 있어. There's something really refreshing about seeing yourself in a new light, about sitting still for a moment and letting yourself be taken care of. Not because you need fixing, but because you're allowed to feel pampered too. This part of a glow up is the most visible, but it's also the smallest part of it. It's not really about the hair or the way that you look when you leave the salon. It's about how it feels to make space for yourself again, to be present inside your own body, inside your own life. Taking a few days like this doesn't suddenly make life simpler or quieter. The responsibilities are still there, the routines continue, but something shifts when you slow down enough to notice yourself again. You move just a little bit differently, and you're more gentle with yourself, and you remember that you're not just moving through life, you're meant to experience it. Nothing about life gets suddenly easier when you take a few days like this, but you do get closer to yourself again, and that to me is what a glow up really is.